You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember a time living in Buffalo where Benny was on his own lane,
Right.
and he was with you.
Right.
I remember that whole movement.
Right. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then you even heard the difference in the music and where it was going at that time.
Exactly. You know, music was going through its changes and shit, and you know, we was just making music. You know what I mean? We fully understand that it was this lane that, you know, certain shit we should stay away from, you know, and focus just on this lane. You know what I'm saying?
All right, take it all the way.
You know what I mean? And yeah, but you know,
I think that's something that is positive about the digital world, right? Like at first it was all about radio.
Right.
You know what I mean? You only heard shit on fucking MTV, BET, or just the radio. And then when it became like the digital era, which I kind of hate the digital era, but it is what it is, right? When it came to that, it's like, okay, everybody has a mood they could listen to for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like if I go through my playlist, you ain't playing none of that shit in the club.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the shit that I'm listening to on a daily basis. So I'm spinning that more than the clubs are spinning it. You feel me? That's every single day. And everybody has now their personal playlist and the music they're listening to. They definitely need to chop out a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has that now. So it's not rare. It used to be rare that I play a Griselda record or a 38 Spesh record out here that people would really hear it when I first moved out here. After a while, now you see everybody becoming hip to that, to the real music and shit that they're listening to now. It's not just club hits anymore. The whole world has changed to it. You know what I mean? You can find it anywhere. And you see that when you see LeBron James posting it and Kevin Durant posting it. Like fans of hip hop in that industry. And when they do, that boosts the algorithm even more. It's like, who? 38 Spesh? Where you at? You know what I mean? So it's been dope. It's dope.
Yeah, I love it, man. Just staying true, you know what I mean, to the shit that, you know, I like doing and I like listening to.
Right.
You know, not converting due to the climate. Just sticking to what I know.
Is it tempting at all to try to do you like a Uzi record or like a Playboy?
Hell no.
Hey, I was about to say, no
I'm going to
way.
be honest with you. Like, that shit, I don't even think about that shit.
Okay.
It don't even cross my mind. Like, when I ride with people and they listen to it, like, I appreciate them playing those records. That's when I get a chance to, that's the only time I get a chance to see what else going on out there. I know it's a time and a place for that. I know that ain't the service I provide. So that's their lane. They provide that service.
I see.
You know, me, I provide a certain energy that they can't provide.
True.
So, you know, I do what I do. You know what I mean? Like, you don't go to KFC looking for hamburgers and shit. So that, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said, though, I appreciate it, but I'm never, it don't tempt me like, yo, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
Yeah.
I knew the answer to that.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I just want to hear
I
him say
think
it.
that's the power of independence, though. Because if I wasn't independent and I wasn't able to make a living from me just doing what I was doing, it probably would tempt me because I would see the motion that these guys have and probably would be like, damn, I need to do that.
I need to do it, right.
So, you know, I don't fault people that look at things from that perspective. I just got a different view due to the power of independence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I can see how that would definitely affect your decision making and which way you sway towards.
yeah.
Plus, you come from a very OG cloth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I? You know what I mean? Let me do what I do, and let me.
Yeah, I do come from an OG cloth where it's not really too cool to follow trends. It's not like a thing to like really follow waves. That really ain't a thing. Well, I try to explain that to my young boys and shit. Like every wave that come on, they follow and shit.
Lesson.
You know, like I come from a different cloth and shit where we don't embrace things too easily. And we don't embrace strangers and people and different ways of life too easily. We stick to what we know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Facts.
Trust.
Trust.
But I think that is also, just because I want to give credit to it, but it is true. I feel like that's something that we do up north.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's natural to just go your own route and do that. And that for me is all coming back. You know, when I spent time in Israel, I'll never forget a conversation I had with this dude. He was a gambler, and he's, you know, everybody always wins, but this dude's always talking about how he wins and what he does to stay up. And he's like, history always repeats itself. You could always bet on that. And I'm like, how the fuck would that even apply to sports? But he had his own theory. But if you look at life, if you look at hip hop music, it ran away from that authenticity for so long. Like it was all gimmicky. And don't get me wrong, it was good music and they had their music that was out, but it lacked substance for a long time. And it seems like we're back in that era now, where there's substance coming out. You could hear it so much, and people could argue, oh, well, there was this person. They weren't anywhere near the forefront. Now it's here. It's strong. You hear that hip hop element. You hear substance in music a lot more than we've heard it in a long time. So I feel like we're back in that 90s era.
Yeah, where it's growing back to where you got to be able to say something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's getting back to the point where people don't want to hear something they feel like they could do. If like, you know what I'm saying? This used to be a talent thing. Like, everybody couldn't do it. That's why we, liked it.
Right.
Now it's like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could say 6 words now, and they're like, oh, and that's it. It's like the most fire verse ever, 6 words. Yeah, everybody's telling, no, you ain't hear this, though. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, that ain't it, boy. You know what I mean? That is not it.
They clip the soundbite, put it on TikTok, and then somebody does a skit to it or a dance to it.
Yeah, these young boys call everything a bar. They be like, he was snapping. Like, he ain't saying shit.
Yeah, what did he just say? So who would you